welcome everybody. Thank you for coming to this celebration. This is something that we get to do about once every 25 years for a downtown expansion like this. So this is a neat event that you get to be a part of, and we thank you for coming. I want to start out by saying thank you to the Chamber of Commerce and to Main Street for helping us do this dedication. Without our two stalwart partners in our community, we couldn't be doing these kind of things. So thank you guys. This partnership with the Chamber and Main Street is something that has just been decades long and has worked extremely well. So we are so appreciative. Let me start out by talking about how we got to this point. Back in the 1980s, in fact 1985, Main Street was formed by an ad hoc group in the community, and in 1987 Sandra was hired to direct the Main Street group. So on December 3rd of 1990, City Council approved hiring a consulting engineer to plan Phase 1 of a downtown economic development project suggested by an ad hoc committee for improvement of the downtown. So that actually started the whole redevelopment of what we know as downtown Wooster now, back on December 3rd of 1990. A year later, December 2nd, 1991, Council approved hiring a firm to improve Liberty Street from Grant Street to Beaver Street and Market Street from Larwell to Henry Street with the public square and certain alleyways. This was the first streetscape project for the current Wooster. I'm guessing back in the early 1900s there were other things that improved our downtown, but for our current population, that started in 1991, so 27 years ago. And then on November 16th of 1992, that first project was complete at a cost of over $2 million to redevelop the downtown. So then from then, the second streetscape followed a few years later from Beaver to the railroad tracks. And then the third streetscape project went from Liberty up to Bloomington along Bell Avenue. So those are really how the downtown has developed over the last 30 years. This is sort of a redo of that first streetscape expansion. And it was needed. We had a lot of people saying the bricks were causing people to trip and fall, and we know that that is out there, and that's one of the things that prompted us to do it. But you also have to redevelop yourself every so often or you get stale. And so this was a chance to sort of look at us and say, how do we redevelop? So how did we get here? Every 10 years we do an update to our city's comprehensive plan to help project the growth. A recent comp plan was started on October 22nd of 2013 with a steering committee. The city used OHM advisors to develop Wooster Envision, which was our comprehensive plan for the next 10 years. The plan was adopted by the planning committee a year later on October 22nd of 2014. Then in January 2015, in partnership with Main Street Wooster, the city hired OHM to do a specific downtown plan. That study was completed in August 2015, showing growth opportunities for our community. Many meetings were held with the public to refine this plan for our city. The city used this refined plan then to develop what is now what you're standing in, the northeast quad of our city. So today we celebrate the official reopening of our Northeast Quad to enhance the comfort and usability of Wooster's downtown. We hope the improvements that have been 5 years in executing make our community a better place to live, work, and play, and will last for at least another 25 years, or as Mr. Ansel said, 300 years of the thing. So maybe, John, we can get that far. So I do want to take a moment to say some thank yous, and I'll hand it to Joel to really sort of get down even into more granular. But our planning commission, the steering group volunteers, and the citizens' input over the last 5 years that have helped make this the development and our city identity moving forward. Sandra of Main Street, Wooster, and Justin of the Chamber of Commerce for all the help and guidance your groups have given us in moving us forward. City Council for allowing the plan to happen and supporting making it a reality for our downtown. Without you, we couldn't have done all of this. OHM advisors for gathering the data, holding public input meetings, and a great plan as far as I'm concerned. Joel Montgomery and Roger Kovalarczyk and our city team for bringing the whole thing together, as bricks and mortars you're standing on and enjoying here tonight. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Joel and let him take it.
I can't remember a public project that has had more public input over the various stages than this one has had. We had multiple stakeholder meetings, steering committee meetings, meetings with Main Street and our downtown partners.
We'll do a couple big ones. Yes, go ahead and put it in the middle. All right, look at Mike in the middle of the green. Mike, you ready?
Yep.
Ready?
Go ahead.
Are you ready? All right, hold on now. Hold on. Mike, are you ready?
Yep.
All right, folks. 3, 2, 1.